How's it going, everybody? Nick here, and we're supposed to have a meteor shower tonight, so I am out practicing some astrophotography. So I'm going to walk you through what I'm doing to set this up, what my settings are, and a couple locations where I'm going to be shooting tonight. So let's jump into what my camera settings are. So I'm in manual mode, as you can see here, and I am shooting at a 2.8 aperture. And right now I'm just doing 25-second open exposure for my shutter speed. So I'm at ISO 800, as you can see here on the screen, hopefully. The trickiest part is to get in focus. So you can kind of maybe see these red blinking lights. That's my focus peaking. And I have a preset button on the top of my camera here that I can kind of zoom in, and you want to try to get those little tiny circles as sharp as possible. Another trick too I'll mention since I'm here is I put the drive mode. You want to set a self timer for either 2, 5, or 10 seconds. That way when you hit the actual capture button, the camera won't be shaking and it'll get the sharpest images possible. So I'm just going to leave it on 2. I'll do 10 when I step in front of the camera and kind of shine my headlight out into the distance to see what that looks like. And let's see what this shot will look like. So I'm going to hit the shutter. It's going to take 2 seconds before it starts capturing. And this light coming off my recording camera right here is maybe going to interfere and maybe put extra exposure into the shot. So I'll do one as I'm recording this right now to see how much that affects the foreground actually. And then I'll do one where all lights are shut off. So this is what we will be seeing. This first shot is with that headlamp that's behind the camera lighting the foreground, and this shot next is pure black, no lights at all. And this third shot is when I set it on the 10-second timer and went out to the road and had my headlamp pointing into the sky. And this final shot is what you can do when you stack all these photos. So I had a few frames that had the light trails and I just stacked all them together. I stacked the foreground that was a little lit, and this is kind of just one example of how you can manipulate all these different photos into one single photo. This photo was taken at the second location, and I had a light that was shining on the foreground at me and on the tree that you can see behind me. And then I was also wearing that headlamp again. The only settings I've changed in this particular photo was I increased the shutter to 30-second exposure. This is after I processed and edited the photo, just so you can kind of see and compare how much information you can actually get out of the slightly underexposed areas. Okay, so you just saw the 2 shots, 3 actually, that you can kind of compare what styles you are, and you can adjust accordingly through your shutter speed. I'm going to go ahead and try to do a short time lapse, which will take a long time, but I'm going to go into the menu on my camera, go to the Time-Lapse app that Sony has, and I'm going to do 25-second shutter speed, and I'm going to set the interval to about 30, so that way my camera has about 5 seconds to be able to buffer the image if it needs. And I'm going to wait for maybe an hour. So we'll see how this turns out. Okay, just to clarify, here's just kind of a preview of what my settings are at. So I'm going to go up to interval, and I'm going to turn that down to 30-second intervals, just because we're going to be doing a 25-second shutter speed. The number of shots, I'm just going to leave that because I'm going to end up stopping the camera anyway, so it's always better to go extra if you need it, but I know I won't be doing more than 600 for sure. And you can see how long that would take, like 4 hours, which I'm not going to stay out here that long. So yeah, 25-second shutter, 2.8 aperture, and I'm staying at ISO 800. So I'm going to go ahead and start this and wait and see what the result is. As you can see, night photography time lapses do take a long time. The 50 minutes I was out here only got me a few seconds worth of footage, so if you're going to be taking these night time lapses, expect to be out for a few hours if you're trying to get 5 to 10 seconds worth of footage. It is 2:30 in the morning and I've been shooting for roughly about 50 minutes, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Hopefully it all turned out well. It is very cold out here, so hopefully my camera didn't freeze and that the pictures turn out great. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and I probably will write a blog post to give you a little bit more of the technical details and kind of a step-by-step guide and give you some extra tips and all that. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like and subscribe to this channel, because I want to be doing this a lot more often and in a lot more beautiful landscapes coming up. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time.